is their ability to be able to help us with things like testing. But we are a strong city. We have a great fire department, and they will step up as well as staff from my team as well to make sure we continue that testing. It is critical in our fight against COVID-19. We have worked too hard to go backwards. And it's important for the very same things that people are on the streets protesting for, that we have justice for all communities. I'm proud that Los Angeles gives these tests free. We do them with or without symptoms. We have more African Americans, for instance, working in frontline jobs, and they need those tests for work even when they don't have symptoms. And that's part of the reason I believe we've brought those statistics down from where it was just about a month and a half ago, disproportionately killing people from our African American community and Native Hawaiian communities too.
Okay, people, check out the caption underneath the picture. It reads, quote, "City leaders respond to protests." Yet, we're hearing from this city official about the testing of COVID-19. And if you heard with your ears open, he says, and I quote, "regardless whether you show signs or not." I found that utterly shocking, outrageous, and I'm filled with anger when I hear that. Also, did you also catch that he said, quote, he believes that's why they brought the statistics down from about a month and a half ago, disproportionately killing people from the African American community and Native Hawaiian community. Wow. I mean, they are targeting us full-fledged, full speed ahead. This is targeted testing. And people, this is highly suspicious. This reminds me of the Tuskegee experiment. And I know you intelligent black people out there, we don't have amnesia. We remember what that did to our ancestors. If they're going to be doing this so-called COVID-19 testing on the job sites, everyone on the job, no matter who you are, then should be tested. Everyone, no exceptions, because everyone has the potential of catching COVID-19, not just black people. You're not going to just target black Native Americans and then let everyone else slide under the radar. You're not going to use black people as guinea pigs. We're not going to go for that. If they demand you to be tested, everyone around you at work needs to be tested also. Because after all, they've been working around you. They say there's preconditions for African Americans. Well, the virus is not a racial selective virus. It doesn't matter who you are. They know this because after all, when it first appeared on the scene, it was attacking Asians. That's how it became known as the Kung Flu, or Chinese virus, as Donald Trump put it. And the news media, namely white America, question, why isn't this virus hitting Africa? You all remember that. So now all of a sudden, don't you find it odd, highly suspicious, and strange that these people are trying to tell us that it's hitting us more than anyone else? Question mark. So, and the other thing is, people, have they even asked the preconditions for poor whites? Ask yourself that. There are way more poor whites in America than there are anyone else. So have they even discussed at all any of the preconditions that poor whites, or for that matter, poor Asians, poor Hispanics and Latinos, or poor anyone else? No, they've only targeted African Americans. Lastly, if you have to use hazmat clothing, hazmat mask, and suits to administer a test on someone, folks, something is clearly wrong. If they have to use hazmat suits and masks to administer a test on you, something is clearly wrong. Wake up, my people. Wake up. Where's my alarm clock? Wake up. The media, namely white media, has followed suit, mentioning about, quote, oh my God, people are now making it worse, as they watch the videos of these looters scatter out of stores, and they're running in groups and bunches of people. They're crying. The news media, the white lamestream media, those talking heads, they're crying, and even some of the black puppets that they've used, they're all crying the same thing. Oh my God, these people are making it worse. They're all bunched up together. Look at them. They're coming out of the store with all that stuff together. They're just making COVID-19 so bad. We're gonna have to start all over. Stop it. Stop it. You guys don't even have that same concern for none of the white gatherings at any of the beaches where white people are there not practicing social distancing. They're not even being told by the white police that they're not practicing social distancing. You guys are all out there with smiles and enjoying your freedom. So I need you to take that same talking point to those beachgoers, you know, where there's a whole bunch of white crowds. I need for you to take those talking points there. So family, as I was doing this broadcast, I had to do a little research on poverty by race. And so I looked it up just for you. And so I'm going to show the charts. So you're going to see those charts. So without me dragging in on it, I'm just going to read the numbers just so that we can go through this. So poverty by race, this chart is listed, or dated rather, in 2018. I'm assuming that's the latest, greatest that they have on the numbers. If you look at the raw numbers, you'll see that white people are at the highest at, as far as poverty by race, they are the highest at the number 18,080,900. Blacks are at 8,647,800. Hispanic or Latinos are at 11,060,100. You got the Hawaiian and Asian Island Pacificer at 1,987,100. And then you have multiple or mixed race people at 1,359,000. And then you have the American Indian Alaska Native at 500,500. If you look at this website, the first thing you see is the data view. It's defaulted at under percentages, which is odd that they would make the default data view on percentages. That's because if you look at the percentages, then the numbers look better for the dominant society. If you look at the raw numbers, you'll see that the numbers are quite high for the dominant society, thus telling a different story. That's what they don't want you to know. So under percent, immediately it becomes apparent that African Americans and Native American Indians are the highest percentages at 22% for African Americans and 24% for the Native American Indian. Hispanics lead right behind at third place at 19%. These numbers are outrageous. But if you're looking at the numbers, it's obvious this is how they are targeting us African Americans, black people, for these tests and these vaccines. If you look at the numbers, or the percentages rather, that's how they are targeting black people. They're targeting black people by using percentages. Because if you look at the percentages, disproportionately, that story looks the worst. But the reality is, their numbers overall are the very worst. Of course, that's because there are a higher number of white people across America. So, as they claim in their talking points, so it's obvious our numbers are going to be more. Well, I'm not going to let you get off that easy though, white person. At your numbers at 18,080,900, under Hispanics is also 11,060,100. The same as for Hawaiian Asian at 1,987,100. And then of course we have the mixed multiple races at 1,359,000. Guess what, white people? You get those numbers added to your numbers. So in reality, oh, why am I saying that? Because see, these other groups, they list themselves under your numbers so that your numbers are always exacerbated, so that they're always exaggerated, so that they're always so high, because you have to make it appear that your numbers are high, right? If that's the case, then you get their numbers too, which goes to show that your numbers overall, white population, is over 30 million compared to the under 10 million black people across America at 8,647,800 to be exact. Your numbers at 30 million plus far exceeds our numbers, so the testing and the vaccine should start with you. Lastly, the people who are asserting that black people should be tested first, you, your family members, and your children should go first. That's the way this works. This, I hope you've learned something from, my family. If you can, please give this video a like and a share. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Black World TV, the new black media, your black and intelligent news source. If you have any comments, please leave it in the comments section. We'll see you in the next broadcast.
Ain't your mama pretty? She got meatballs in her titties. I took her to a party. She turned around and bought it. I asked her why she did it. She turned around and shit.
Okay.